We welcome you, Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Set for the start, and off we go from downtown Indy. And he'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Here goes tonight. Hey, what's up? Good for the there. Hey, five. Crazy. Hey, five.
Throwing right away, it's May. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
What's up?
May to throw on 2nd down. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
3rd down and 3.
Crazy.
Throwing is May. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the 1st down as well.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Hey, what's up? Hey, five.
To throw again is May. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. A pickup there of 28 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the 2nd-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and
2. So, from the 22, here's 2nd and 2.
Here goes tonight. Hey, what's up?
Collins, the tight end, is the man moving. Forced to his right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's third down.
Crazy.
From out of the gun, here's May. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10.
Hey, what's up?
Run between the tackles for Hampton. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Working out of the gun. It's May. That'll be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
First and 10.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down. Tyler Warren, the man he was looking for there. And it'll lead to a second down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's Tyler Warren, the tight end. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Third down, 3 to go. He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Warren. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup of 21.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, and I don't think it's going to be his last.
He'll go right and find his running back, and they'll take this down inside the 35. 2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards.
This is quarterback play at its finest, is understanding and identifying the blitz before the ball is snapped. That's what allows him to get the ball out of his hand so quickly, throws it to his hot receiver in the flat, and he does the rest.
They'll look to throw yet again. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Second and 10. Back to the air one more time. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. And they'll try to convert it on third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? Back to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
This has to be a defensive breakdown, Mike. I promise you, all week in practice, when the scout team ran this play, somebody on defense accounted for the running back out of the backfield. I can promise you that much, but he's able to leak out and get the ball in space. He does the rest after the catch. They just have to do a better job. They got to get to the sideline and make corrections, because you just can't leave guys at this level wide open for easy touchdowns.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
And I like this defensive game plan. When you're going against an elite quarterback like this guy, Mike, you have to get bodies in his face. You have to get him around his feet. You have to move him off his spot. Because if he can sit there in rhythm, on time, comfortable in the pocket, he's going to pick you apart. So it doesn't always have to be a sack, but you have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pick up to 7.
It's a penalty, and it brings up third down.
One quarter in the books in this AFC divisional playoff. 7-0 is our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they've got it starting 3rd down and 2. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down. Now some movement up front, flags down, mistake-filled first half continues. So from 3rd and 2, back them up to 3rd and 7.
Here goes up. Hey, crazy. Five.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hold the ready. Let's go now. 19. Hold the 70. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Warriors 70. 79 Broncos.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. A big gainer for Indianapolis. 32 yards.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. The RPO, that one is complete. And he's in! Touchdown, Indy. On for the PAT is Aubrey. His kick is good. And the Colts move out on top, 14-0. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. May now on 1st and 10. Open man, that's Collins.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Crazy.
On 2nd down, it's May. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 12 yards on that hookup. 1st down, Baltimore.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Crazy.
Bateman is the motion man. On 1st and 10, here's May. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the 1st down as well.
And it's his first catch of the game, and it ends up being a good one. All week long, we talked about how this dominant secondary wanted to take away their best targets, and if he continues to make plays like that, their top 10 ranking could take a hit by the end of this one.
Five. Hey, Bo. Crazy. Crazy. Five. Crazy.
May to throw again. This ball back.
Does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Here goes throw. Hey, what's up? Crazy, crazy.
May to the air once more. Flush. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. The UCLA man, the former first-rounder, Laiatu Latu, he's able to force the big loss on the sack, and it sets up 3rd and long.
Hey, what's that? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy. 5.
To throw is May. He's going to look for the home run ball. He's got it. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be 1st and goal. They've got it at the 3. A big play there for Baltimore. 59 yards. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal.
Hey, what's that?
Now, this looks like a design run, and he will take it in himself. Drake May. Touchdown, Baltimore. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
The extra point is good. And the Ravens are on the board. It's now 14-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken just shy of the goal line. And he is stopped past the 25. The drive will begin there. Back to throw here to begin the drive. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And that is incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Back to the air once more on second down. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. Get across the 20, mark them at 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
To throw on first down is May. That one is caught by Collins. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
A gain of 12. First down, Ravens.
Here's May to throw it on first down. Flush to his right. Open man, that's Bateman downfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
22 yards. First down.
Crazy.
From out of the gun, here's May. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good game on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's May again, going for it all. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone, and that'll bring up second down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Crazy.
To throw again is May. And he gets that one complete to Collins. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout as they'll stop with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, what's that?
Working out of the gun, it's May. Rolling right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
30, G. 5. Crazy.
Collins, the tight end, is the man moving. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Yes, sir. 5. Crazy.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. These two teams fighting to get to that AFC Championship game next Sunday. Back to it here, the 3rd quarter underway. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. Inside the 20. And he will take this one in. 77 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A beautiful Beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Ravens 7.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Bateman is the motion man. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. Now, deep ball for Bateman. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down. Rashad Bateman, the intended target. It's 2nd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Escaping the danger, throwing and completed. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
Crazy.
May now on 1st and 10. He'll find Hampton out of the backfield. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. May to throw on 2nd down. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here's May. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Crazy.
May to throw again. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
May to the air once more. Quick throw here is complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Throwing is May. That's hauled in at the 2s. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the We'll try it one more time, but now a bit closer. It is 2nd and goal. Hampton will take this one into the end zone. It's a Raven touchdown. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
May going to look to throw. That is caught, and they get the 2-point conversion.
24. Ravens 15.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
This taken at the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
To throw here to begin the drive. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
42-yard line.
With wide receivers, I think we spend so much time, Mike, talking about their speed and their route running, and of course that's critical, but the ability to not only catch the ball, but to concentrate on the bad throws. We used to have a saying, you get paid to catch the bad ones, and saw a great example of it here, laying out, going down to get this ball, holding on through contact with the ground, and it's a big-time play.
Now they'll set up to throw. Short one, and it's caught by Warren. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They'll look to throw yet again. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's into the end zone. Tyler Warren. Touchdown, Colts. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up. that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Bateman is the motion man.
Crazy.
Here's May to throw it on first down. He's going to air this one out. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
Again, working deep downfield. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
So if this was an NBA game, Mike, we call that a heat check. He wasn't even open, but you know what? With the success that they've had all game so far, he's just saying, you know what? Everything we do is coming up right. I'm just going to give my guy a shot. And this time the defense had him covered, but expect him to continue to look his way. He's had a monster day.
Out of the gun, here's May. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. So, from the 36, it is first and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Angel. Crazy.
To throw again is May. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Second and 10.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Try again. It's second and 10. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Crazy. Five.
Here's May again. He'll swing this out to Hampton. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up third and
2. Here's third and 2. We'll try to run for it with Hampton. No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down.
A 2-yard gain. It's fourth down.
Crazy.
They're going. It's May. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. And he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the third quarter. They convert on fourth down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Bateman is the motion man. On 1st and 10, here's May. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10.
And they rebuild first down.
Crazy.
Working out of the gun. It's May. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Crazy.
Bateman is the motion man. Throwing on second down. May moving to his right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Throwing on third down is May. This one complete to Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem. And that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. They'll go. Here's May. Escaping the pressure right.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown. And instead, the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8. They'll throw out of the gun. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down. On fourth down, here comes J.K. Scott to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Their own 20-yard line.
I hear the threat. Hey, what's up? 30, G. Watch the move. Quick foot, nasty. 5. Crazy. 5. Crazy.
Made out on 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And they will get him down at the 35-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 45 yards.
First down, Ravens.
Crazy.
To throw on 1st down is May. He's going to try it here again. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
At this stage of the game, Mike, you have to find that balance defensively between playing prevent and making sure that ball does not get thrown over my head. But how often do we see defenses just give so much space, so much green grass, that the offense finds a way to move down the field quickly regardless? So just continue to mix up coverages, but do not let them throw the ball over your head.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long.
I hear the threat. 5. Hey, what's up?
Man in motion, heading left. May to throw again. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long.
Crazy.
Bateman is the motion man. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush that leads to a turnover on down.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. To the right side, that is hauled in by Warren. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
First down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. A short pass taken in by Warren. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, And that catch gets him a first down.
At the 19-yard line.
Let's go now. 70 Lion. Go.
They'll drop to throw. This is caught at the 2. And he's in. Tyler Warren. Touchdown Colts. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Colts will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Great coverage there by the kick team. He's down inside the 10-yard line. This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And he'll get about 5.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Hampton. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard on the play.
On 3rd down, here's Hampton. This will not do the trick. They stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
They'll go. It's Hampton. And he's going to have the Ravens first down with ease. They wind up getting 9 on that 4th and 5. Another run here with Hampton. So it's a win for the Colts. They will continue on in these playoffs. They're now one step away from a Super Bowl appearance. They'll have a tough one coming up next Sunday in the conference championship game.
I was playing shows on outside of Los Angeles. Last stop in town before I hit the road. And it was hot. I said, man, point that fan at me, and I'll be good to go. Wasn't playing songs for long when came in candidly, but the prettiest young thing I ever saw. And she was hot, well, nothing short of masterpiece. I said, oh, I need to know, yeah, is that your man? Yeah, cause if it is